Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. It's fantastic to see so many of you, familiar names in there as well. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. Just a quick introduction, first of all. Okay, so my name is Darius, a product manager here at MGISS. I've been at MGISS 6 years, but I've many years deploying GIS solutions for our clients, especially those dealing with water and wastewater. I'm joined today by one of our very good customers, Iraj from NRC. I'm going to say hello, Iraj.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Okay,
Um,
so we're going to get stuck straight into this now. Thanks, Iraj.
no problem.
So our title for today, MGISS Drainage Solutions Sewage and Wastewater Reporting, hopefully gives you an idea of what's to come in case you're on the wrong webinar, hopefully not. So housekeeping, there's no fire alarms at this end, hopefully none at your end. Scheduled, the webinar should run for around 30 minutes. So mics are muted. Please use Q&A to post any questions as opposed to the chat if you would. And we'll try to answer as many of those as we can at the end as opposed to throughout. So in the next half hour, we'll share the MGIS view of how companies may achieve success in efficiency and effectiveness by using our solution to collect and maintain good quality data in drainage projects. The MGIS proposition here is that by adopting simple, cost-effective cloud GIS solutions powered by ArcGIS, you may be familiar with, your installations and inspection teams can firstly carry out gully maintenance tasks. Secondly, rapidly produce STC25 computerized sewer record manhole cards. And thirdly, carry out survey grade centimeter accurate GDMS and WinCan compatible point surveys. And MGIS have configured all of this from a single web-based GIS platform with an ArcGIS online front end. And this all brings benefits such as secure access, cross-organization sharing, collaboration, and as this is primarily web hosted, overhead from your IT is minimal, which often can be a sticking point. Last but certainly not least, we'll be hearing from Iraj from NRC, who will tell us a little about the great work that they do and how they have benefited from our solutions and services. So next, a little bit about who MGIS are. Basically, we're experts in Esri and ArcGIS, geospatial data transformation and automation. And as an independent company, we can advise on the adoption of best of breed technologies, not just the software, but hardware. Provide this hardware and software, either purchasing or loan, to enable you your operations and offer support and services to ensure that your teams remain operational and effective, giving you that value. So why MGIS? So we have industry knowledge and specifically 25 years at least in the drainage sector between us, and we know how vital the maintenance of drainage is, and keeping standing water off our roads can really save lives. So our GIS knowledge, we have a wealth of GIS experience. What we specialize in is developing solutions on the world-leading ArcGIS online platform using apps such as Field Maps and Survey 123. And some examples include our Z Transform 3D plugin for field maps and CAD Transform, which allows you to seamlessly import CAD drawings into your GIS. And both are available on the ArcGIS marketplace. Support and MGIS professional services, we really pride ourselves on our support, and we've got the right blend of survey and GIS experience to find solutions to any problems and perfectly complement this solution. So who do we work with? So we've got recognized brands here and operating in highways, construction, including market leading brands, undertaking filter drainage, recycling and civil engineering. Also, you'll notice a large number of water utility companies and a nice quote there from NRC, who recognize our expertise and value which MGIS bring. We've highlighted a few of those are drainage solutions. Okay, before I go any further, I'm just going to launch a very quick poll just to get you to interact a little bit with the webinar. Hopefully you can see that. And the question that should pop up on your screen in a moment is, does your business carry out any of these tasks? We've got multiple choice. Firstly, routine gully maintenance. Secondly, produce STC25 manhole reports. And thirdly, carry out drainage, highways drainage surveys for GDMS. It's a geotechnical drainage management system. And I give you a moment or two to fill those in. You should be able to click more than one if you do carry out more than one of these. You can see some results coming in there. That's brilliant. Okay, can I give you another 10 seconds or so? And then end that poll. And if you're interested, I've just shared the results up for you there so we can see a good spread, but STC25 manhole reports seem to be the most popular choice. Okay, so stop sharing that and close that down. So moving on. So the MGISS Gully Maintenance Solution, first of all, is a fully cloud-hosted system powered by ArcGIS Online and FME. It allows rapid and reliable gully maintenance and enables all teams, including clients, to be kept informed in real time of scheme progress. The word round tripping is key here. You'll be familiar with this. But in this context, it means to receive data from a single source, e.g. a client database, and then to enrich that data, for example, from field inspections and return it back to the original source. And when designing our solutions at MGISS, our aim is to make this process as efficient as possible without compromising on that quality. And there are 3 steps to this process: upload an assignment from our dashboard, field inspection, and then finally the data extraction in the same dashboard and reporting. So I'm gonna have a look at that in action now. So it's always better to visualize, I think. So we've got a short video of how this actually works. So step 1, upload an assignment. Firstly, we use a browser secure login to access the gully maintenance dashboard. We can see here maintenance scheme in progress, inspected gullies in green, could not inspect in red, and to be inspected in orange. So simple traffic light symbology. We also have a gauge on the left panel, simply to report on gullies loaded into the system versus those that have not been inspected. Next, we will load in a new scheme. This is done from a CSV, which simply needs an XY coordinate and a gully reference. Once zipped, this can be dragged into the upload panel on the right. So we're just entering a scheme name there, or a job name. And those gullies in that CSV will be bundled up and added to our map and our gauge as well. So eventually the gauge will refreshes around once every 30 seconds or so, and thousands of gullies can be uploaded in this way in less than a minute here. Now in the top left, filters can be accessed, allowing filtering of gullies based on data such as the status, the date surveyed, condition, etc. And we're going to choose the scheme reference that has just been uploaded, so we can zoom to that. So gullies will be filtered in the map pan and zoom to the scheme extent. So the next task is to assign gullies for field inspection. So we need to give these gullies to a field operative. So we use the select tool. Once selected, the gullies, we open the assign tool on the right-hand side, and we pass those gullies to the selected gullies to the assign tool there. And then finally, we set a due date, so when we want them inspected by, and click run. Okay, field inspection, step 2. So moving to the field, the operative will open the Esri Survey 123 app and the gully maintenance form, and then refresh the inbox to receive any new jobs. So those 2 gullies should pop into that task list. We can start drive time if we wanted to at this point, or we could just view the gullies on a map so we can get an idea of where they are. Back to our task list. When we are physically at the gully, we can start the inspection process. So there's a inset of the map, and we can take photos. So we set the status to inspected, launch the camera, and we can take a photo. We then fill the rest of our inspection detail, any condition, whether it's been jetted or not, this kind of thing, whether it's flowing, and any silt in that gully. And then when we're satisfied, so we're just some free text there. It will tell you if you've missed anything, by the way. So you've got some mandatory fields here that I haven't filled in. Finally, we send that. Okay, so back in the dashboard, the results will refresh in real time. So we can filter those by inspection attempt. So if I do that, those 2 gullies are displayed only. We can see one is green and one is red because there was an issue, and the one in red has had a car parked over it, so that's why we couldn't get to it. And green has been successfully inspected. There we go. We can click on those points on the map and it will give you all that detail through the web browser dashboard. And finally, we can use a table, pull out to the bottom, and export those gullies to third-party formats such as CSV. So we're doing that now. And in a moment, we've got a CSV extracted. Again, we could extract thousands in one go there if we had them to pass back to our client. That's the end of our gully maintenance demo. So Quest Waste Management have already realized great benefits from the system in terms of moving from a disjointed paper-based legacy system where inspected results would regularly go missing. Never good, to MGISS Gully Maintenance providing a live synced view of all gully maintenance schemes across the whole country with the capability to rapidly deploy and inspect in the field using basically the phones in their pocket. A nice testimonial from Dale Hogan there at Quest as well. Moving on to our second solution. This one focuses on the STC 25 compliant manhole surveys, which may be more widely known as the common standard for computerized sewer records. Our data capture solution provides the same live hosted system and mobile app that you've seen a moment ago, with the option to be fully hosted by MGISS. And again, in addition to the mobile data capture components, we have a live ops dashboard for report and import export. Again, let's just see that in action. So just pause it there. Now, I appreciate the surveyor here stood over a closed gully grid at our test site here and is not down a manhole. And we couldn't get Ed down there, unfortunately, anyway. But firstly, the data capture form is open, and the operative uses the map to capture the position of the asset. The survey app allows the location photos to be annotated with the appropriate detail. So we're putting in some metrics there, distance between one gully in the next, and we're referencing those gullies and sticking them on the photo as well. So a couple more photos added. So as many photos as you want can be added there. The advanced sketch functionality provides quick draw capability for chamber schematics. We can fill in the rest of that detail. Again, the condition, anything we need for that report. And then back at the office, the ops manager will log into the dashboard and zoom to the map, to the manholes to report on there. So again, we can click on those items, and it's going to return in a pop-up all the detail, photos, etc. At our fingertips there. Now, again, we can use the select tool to lasso the gullies or manholes even that we want to report on. Note I'm picking just 2 here, but we can create a report on thousands if we needed to at the click of a button. So massive time-saving benefits there. And there's our PDF exported, formatted to STC25. We've got photos, schematics, and a site plan embedded all in that form. That's combined for those two items. And then finally, if we've imported WinCam CCTV data, we can view this footage by clicking on those pipework assets. And then we can watch that condition video of the pipe work as well. So we're bringing all our drainage assets together there. And we have also worth noting, we have added the capability for a manhole card to be instantly emailed from the field if, for example, follow-up action needs to be taken immediately, and the same for the gully maintenance system. Okay, so finally, focusing on highways, GDMS drainage surveys, we make the process simple as possible, and we know how difficult the conditions can be for those working under TM, often at night, mostly over winter months. So it was in our minds to create a new round trip solution for GDMS that was easy, accurate, and data secure. So we deliver a right first time National Highways industry compliance solution, not only improves efficiency, but helps reduce unnecessary carbon from repeat site visits. So how does it work? So we built a bespoke Arches Pro toolbox to round trip the data in 3 steps. 1, our upload tool takes a shapefile from GDMS system, formerly known as Adams, up to Arches Online. Step 2, our custom field forms and GNSS hardware support enable centimeter accurate field inspections. We have a Z Transform plugin here to get that accurate height data in British National Grid. And step 3, our download tools extract that data and photo attachments back into a WinCam compatible shapefile for processing back into the GDMS database. And a couple of partner logos here in EOS Positioning Systems and Leica, and these guys supply our GNSS hardware for accurate positioning. Okay, one final video. So this one demonstrates how data capture works for GDMS. The Field Maps data capture app is open at the top of the screen, confirms the accuracy being reflected in the app. A survey item is selected, instantly captures the 3D position of the gully, and a supplier reference is entered and the item is submitted, and that instantly saves that gully to the cloud hosted GIS. Following this, a GDMS compliant survey 123 inspection form is launched and the asset inventory detail is captured. So the form includes photo attachments, and submission will be blocked before mandatory items are captured, such as condition here. And once that's submitted, the asset is saved in the cloud and instantly available to both back office and other field teams. So very similar to what you've seen in the other 2 demos. So that's the end of our demonstration, and I'm going to hand over briefly to Iraj now. He's going to kindly say a couple of words about our relationship. Iraj, are you still there?
Yes, hello. Thank you very much, Darius, and hi everyone. Good morning. Let me just make sure that you actually can see me as well on my videos. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you, Iraj. Thank you.
Brilliant. So yeah, I'll just quickly introduce myself and the company that I work for. I'm Iraj Ibrahimi. I'm a GIS delivery manager for the company called NRC. NRC is a company that provided drainage services in past 20 years. Traditionally, we used to just do the clean and survey, but then lately, of course, the demands for all the data handlings of the round tripping shape files and Adam's works and everything else that's been added to it. That's what myself and the team trying to provide those services to the highest standard which is required by Highway England. In brief, if you can go back to the slide, please, Darius. Yeah. So in NRC, we provide different sorts of services here, which includes the jettings, lining. Some of these services basically is beneficial for companies that don't want to do the digging, and it's just like a patching and other things. And as you can see, we also have the industrial division as well that can deal with the industrial waste management. And our works for Highway England is just basically we try to be a one-stop shop for all the drainage services and everything that Highway England actually requires for this type of works. And that's the DDMS that now is the GDMS, but the database has changed now. It's part of the roundtripping, the GPS devices that we use to do the data collections and others, thanks to Darius and MGISS that are providing lots of support for us on that field. If you can kindly go to the next slide, please. Yeah. We do use MGISS services for two things really. One for the Adams drainage roundtripping, and that is a total solution, as Darius explained earlier in details, that how he set up everything for it. We currently use that one, and it is very straightforward and easy really for us to utilize this service without having the headaches of maintaining that, keeping up with all the changes that comes from the Highway England and so on. So this is also based on the two standards, that CS551 and CD5T5, which is the requirements of the Highway England. And it is the Azure-based cloud systems. Already Darius been into details about it, how you set up the clouds, then you get the mobile devices to do the data collections, to carry on your services, take all the pictures and everything is required from the field, and then later on bring that one up using the cloud and tools to extract the data and pass it to another system, which is the WinCAN, and where we have all the CCTV and other piece of information, including the clever scanners, and then measure all these together, process and finalize it, and send it back to the Highway England database, which is can be quite tricky at the time. Basically, there's no room for mistakes on that, and it really needs to be done in appropriately to the very high standards, from data collection all the way to the processing. Then you can actually submit the files. Otherwise, you will get so many errors that you won't be able to upload it then. And yes, if you can go to the next slide, please. And then we also use MGISS for non-Adams work. Again, that's manual card solutions that they have. Why we use that one actually is just in a simple term, is makes it much easier for us to survey so many assets at a time, instead of using the Adams setups, because it's too into the details. We wanted to have a light version of the same kind of survey, not compromising the quality of the data collections, and also have ability of doing the survey works efficiently and in a kind of right way of getting and collecting all the information in one place. So why we use this one is cheaper for us to use it, is less hassles in terms of handling the data and organizing it after, because with a click we can just generate the reports from whatever we captured on the field and send it to the clients. Sometimes they actually want to see it on the same day, and they don't want to wait a week or two until we process the data and everything and then see it. They just want to see it right away. When we've done the survey, they want to have access to the data. That's why we use this non-Adams basically solutions from MGISS. And yeah, if you can kindly go to the next slide, please. We've been working with MGISS for quite some time now, and for me, really, it's very obvious and clear that why they are different from other service providers is just because, first of all, the team that they also into this business. They know the drainage matters quite in a very details, and when we talk to them about new solutions or any requirement that we have, it's very straightforward and easy to pass the message, and they know exactly then what is the requirements. And often when they come up with a solution, it's very efficient solutions. In terms of cost is good because they already know what's required. They don't really mess up anything on a developing something that is not probably required. They know exactly what is required, and the turnaround time sometimes as quick as a couple of weeks. And it's amazing, like having a company with that skills and expertise in this field on the background, that we can rely and pass some of our technical works to them. So there's always a team basically on the backgrounds to come up with any issues and things that we have to solve all those things for us, instead of just having and employing people to do it internally in-house, which then we will run into so many other difficulties, such as like if, for instance, if the staff leave the company, then it's not going to be easy and straightforward for us to replace it. And yet we have lots of jobs in lines that we have to deliver, and there's no rooms for delay or anything, because everything is kind of restricted when we work with high Englands. And that's why for us is very beneficial and a kind of assurance that we work with MGISS, and I'm very pleased with the service that we receive from them in my honest opinions on that. And if you can kindly go to the next one. Yeah, so I'll just make the end of it here, and I'm happy to take any question if you have. As I said, we've been working with so many different drainage companies in the past and civil engineers, and we've been into the business for a very long time. If there is anything that we can share the experience, or if you have any question in general, just please do ask, and I'll try my best to answer that one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Raj, thanks very much for your kind words. It's really, really good to hear. Yeah, you've obviously got your hands full, and so our job is really to make your lives a little easier in whatever way we can. So final slide, and I appreciate we've run slightly over here, so yes, apologies for that, but we've got one more slide, and then we'll take a couple of questions if you have any. So recap. First of all, we've seen the MGISS gully maintenance solution, MGISS manhole survey solution, SDC 25 reporting, and finally the GDMS for highways drainage. So what benefits are we getting from these solutions? And so first of all, a single real-time map view of assets and scheme progress and collaboration across the business, very, very powerful thing. Secondly, manhole and gully solutions are cloud hosted, require no extra IT, hardware, software, and are completely scalable. So you can scale up and down to your heart's content with these solutions. And the ability to plug in high accuracy GNSS for centimeter accurate field data capture is fully supported. So we believe that these tangible benefits will ultimately manifest into time and cost savings across your business. And by the way, if you already have your own ArcGIS worker licenses, you can plug into these systems at a lower cost. Okay, so we are just about there. So we're going to have a look to see if we've got any questions. So we've got a couple in here. So first of all, do I need to already have ArcGIS to run these solutions? No, we can bundle in ArcGIS as part of the solution, and we offer full training on that. You don't need to have any prior GIS experience to get going with these solutions. We've built them as intuitive and simple as possible, and of course offer that training to plug any gaps. Does the solution work offline? Good question. So yes, the solution does work offline. So the apps that we've showcased here, yeah, you can run them offline, and then the surveys will be sent once you regain that connectivity. So what another one here, GNSS receivers can achieve the accuracy. Yeah, so our Leica and EOS positioning service receivers, the Arrow Gold or the GGO4, for example, can achieve that 1 to 2 centimeter accuracy required of the CS551 and CD535 GDMS surveys. Yeah, and you would need a plug-in RTK service such as like a SmartNet for that as well. And finally, we've got another one. Can I use my own phone to connect to GNSS? Yes, yes, you can. You can use your phone in your pocket or tablet to run any of these applications, and iOS and Android are supported for this. I believe that is all of our questions. So I'd like to thank everybody. If you've got any inquiries, we've got Ed's email address on the page there on the final slide. Get in touch, and we can happy to provide a demo as well. I'd just like to say thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you very much, Darius.
Thanks, Siraj.